Hi, this is Steve Yulberg for Dulcimer Crossing. Today we're going to talk about the layout and structure of the Mountain Dulcimer to try to understand better how it's put together. There are several different shapes and sizes of dulcimers, but what they all have in common is they are a box zither in the box zither family, where there is no neck. The fretboard sits right on top of the box. And so you can see here that it goes from this end to that end. Like a guitar or other stringed instruments, this would be called the head, and this would be called the tail. These particular things that go out, these curved parts, are called bouts, and this would be called the waist. So this one kind of has shoulders, a waist, and hips, if you'd want to think about it in that way. But the wider parts in an instrument are called the bouts. The place where the string starts vibrating up here at the nut, I like to think of like a squirrel goes up the tree to put the nuts in. The nuts up here by the head, and the bridge is closer to the tail. In this particular design, the bridge is right next to the tail. A lot of other ones move the bridge away from the tail a little bit, but in any event, this is the end of where the string starts vibrating. So if you measure from your nut to your bridge, you're going to get the vibrating length of the string, and that's also called the VSL, the vibrating string length, and that will determine where the frets are placed. Unlike a chromatic instrument where the frets are evenly placed, even though they may get closer together as they get higher in the fretboard, on a Mountain Dulcimer the frets are placed diatonically. That means that they're just like the white keys on the piano, or as my friend Mike Clemmer likes to say, they took out the bad notes. Makes me always wonder what they did and where did they go. If we play the instrument at the 3rd fret and play going from the 3rd fret up to the 10th fret, we're going to get the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do scale, the one we're used to. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, the major scale. And that's the way most dulcimers, that's the traditional way the dulcimer is put together. It lets us have our do start at 3 and go to 10, with a couple of notes below do for songs like Happy Birthday and Amazing Grace and things, Holy Manna, that start below do. Your instrument may have an additional fret, which is called the 6.5 fret. If you compare, here's the 1st fret, here's the 2nd, here's the 3rd, here's the 4th, here's the 5th, here's the 6th, and wait, oh, there's another one. There's 6.5, and here's 7. And then the whole pattern repeats itself as I continue going up the fretboard. What happened here is this fret got added in, and I'll explain why it's there now, but what I tell a lot of my students to begin with is take a little red sticker or some color sticker and put it there, and it's the "Don't Play Me Now." Later on it's going to be a very valuable thing, but at the beginning it can be very confusing. If you remember, there are 7 steps in a scale before each note repeats, each note name repeats. And in the musical alphabet, there's an A, a B, a C, a D, an E, an F, and a G before we get to A. Right now, I've tuned my instrument so I've got a D on the bass, A's in the middle, and the 2 melody strings. Yours may only have 1 melody string. The 2 are often doubled. They said in the old days so they could have a little more volume standing up against the drones. The Mountain Dulcimer fretboard compares directly to the white keys of the piano keyboard, so if you have any experience playing keyboard, this is going to sound familiar. When I start the 3rd fret and go up, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, it's like going up the piano keyboard. Between C and D, there is a long space, which is the same as there would be a black key in there, but it's not on the instrument. Going from D to E, there's another long space because there's a black key that's not on the instrument. Going from E to F, however, it's a short space, which is why there's a short fret. From F to G, it's another long one, which means there would be a black key in there that's not here. From G to A, there'd be another black key that's not there. From A to B, another black key that's not there. But from B to C again, it's short. There's no black key in the middle. So you remember, on a piano keyboard there are sets of 2 and 3 black keys. Here's where the 2 black keys would go, here's where the 3 black keys would go. So this relates to the piano fretboard in that way.